This is a story of small town New South Wales, the drought, water management, the coal mining boom, and big business taking a slice of the action. 285 kilometres northwest of Sydney lies the beautiful town of Mudgee. Every year its popularity grows as one of New South Wales' best wine regions. With increased demand of coal from Asia and the rise of export prices, the New South Wales coal industry is expanding its reach into new coal frontiers.
It makes me so angry. It makes me so angry. What we're experiencing here in this area is a massive expansion of coal mining. There was one mine. There are going to be another two in the immediate area. These are huge mines. We're talking about 10 and 12 million tonne per year. And there are plans for many more.
Water resources and coal mining are two of the biggest issues facing government in Australia today. What most people don't realise is how intrinsically linked these two issues are.
You may enjoy growing a garden such as this or get into horticulture with the available quality water. To see that put under threat by the mine's extraction of huge amounts of groundwater is a worrying thing, and it leaves everybody who stays on in these areas with a sense of insecurity.
The Yulin coal mine near Mudgee has been in operation for over 20 years. Last year the Wilpinjong coal mine started operations 5 kilometres up the road. But more coal mines are on the agenda. The Moolarben coal mine proposal is currently on the New South Wales Government's desk, waiting to be given the green light. If approved, Moolarben will be one of the largest coal mines in Australia. Mining coal is reliant on massive amounts of water. The Moolarben mine has admitted that over the 15-year life of the mine, that they'll be using 16,500 megalitres from the underground water system. This is equivalent to 20 years of Mudgee's water usage, a significant resource within pumpable distance to the town.
Squandering our water resources, both by undermining the rivers, but also by using so much water to wash the coal, just doesn't make sense in the context of a dry continent.
Mudgee's dwindling water supply comes from the nearby Windermere Dam, which currently sits at 22% capacity.
The other aspects of the longwall mine is they actually are mining an important water source. The lower groundwater, known as the Permian, is a quite good quality groundwater, and I think that there's potential loss of a valuable resource.
The Moolarben mine proposal states that they'll be mining within 450 metres from the edge of the Goulburn River. There are not only concerns for the level and quality of the river water, but for the stability of the drip, a famous local natural attraction with its high sandstone gorges. Julia Imrie, a local landowner, has lived in the area for over 30 years.
The river water unfortunately has deteriorated over the years and become unreliable due to partly due to the existing mine, also the drought, but also partly due to the existing mine from the water quality point of view.
Australia is the largest coal exporter in the world. According to the Australian Coal Association, export earnings totaled $24.5 billion in 05-06, an increase of 43% from the previous year. This makes up approximately 30% of the world's total coal exports. It is predominantly Asian countries that are the destination for Australia's coal. Japan takes 45%, with Korea, Taiwan and India making up significant numbers. In 2005-06, black coal represented around 19% of Australia's commodity exports. It is big business.
Just taking the local coal mine proposal here, Moolarben, if that goes ahead, that's 10.2 million tonnes of coal mined each year, about 28 million tonnes of carbon dioxide a year. That's more carbon dioxide than comes out of the exhaust pipes of all the motor vehicles in New South Wales. Going ahead with that coal mining proposal means that we have completely undermined all efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in New South Wales.
Not everyone in Mudgee is against the expansion of coal mining in the region.
Well, it's great. Gives everyone in Mudgee a chance to get work. So, no, it's good.
Makes more work for the young blokes around. That's if they want to work. But no, it definitely should go ahead.
But from our perspective in town, as a townsperson and economically wise, it's great for the town.
We've just been over to the Hunter Valley through Broke, and what I saw there absolutely disgusted me. You know, as far as you can see, there's just grey mullock heaps now, and I wouldn't like to think that was going to happen around Mudgee.
And do you have any concerns for the environmental impacts that the mine might have?
No. None. None whatsoever.
The promise of jobs seems to be the biggest factor with those supporting the mines.
Over 400 jobs I've heard so far. Yeah, so I know a lot of people, me mates, they're working out there.
If you look at the employment levels that were promised and the employment levels that have been achieved, they're not the same figures. So it's about half.
And I know I do feel sorry for the people in the area, because they obviously trains going through the place and all that sort of thing, so it certainly changes their lives, doesn't it? So we've got to feel for them.
The actual mine will come, within 100 metres of our gate. It will affect our access road, our communications line. It will definitely affect our business.
The Mining Act prevents any nearby resident of a coal mine to receive compensation for noise, air pollution, or loss of income relating to the presence of the mine, unless the mine breaks the rules of its Environment Impact Statement. An independent consultant's report states that Julia Imrie's bore water supply in her property will dry up if the Moolarben mine goes ahead.
We couldn't live here without water, without having access to a good water supply, without being able to make income from our ecotourism business. Well, then that basically means our lifestyle here for the last 30 years will end.
Lance Beatty lives 3 kilometres from the Wilpinjong mine.
Well, it fractures a community for a start, and it changes the way that you enjoy your amenity, so-called, the way that you enjoy living in this area.
Like many other people in the community, Lance is calling on the government to do a time series study which will quantify just how much underground water there is.
It was insufficient data for them to proceed, and it was insufficient data for the authorities, the department, and hence the minister, to approve these projects.
Robert Carroll has lived near Yulin Mine for 5 years. His property is on the railway line and is now wedged between Yulin and Wilpinjong coal mines. The signs on his property are a good indicator of his feelings on the issue.
Now, since these other mines opened up down the road, it's just really changed our life. You get hundreds of cars, like the cars and trucks going through 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, dead animals all over the road and cutting trees down everywhere and just making a total mess of the place. You come to the country, you're breathing polluted air, you're drinking dirty water off your roof, and it's all because of the coal mines, and you can't sleep at night. I'm not allowed to make noise and disturb my neighbour 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so why are they? Are they allowed to make noise because they got more money?
Some residents have had to deal with the idea of not being able to move, as their properties may be unsaleable.
The thing is, if they don't want to buy your place off you, what do? You can't live here, you can't sell it, no one else is going to buy it, so, I just think it's wrong. It's taken me 5 years to set up all the veggies and the solar system and build the house, and I built the house to live in. I just don't see why we should get pushed out of here because of a coal mine. I don't see why we should have to go. And I don't see why they should get away with what they're doing, because I certainly wouldn't. Other than that, it's a great place to live.
I definitely think there should be a commitment to compensation, not necessarily the government, it's the mines that are making that are causing the problems, but it should be driven by the government.
One thing that does seem certain is that coal mining in New South Wales is here to stay and will continue to expand. Along with Maurice Yemmer, opposition leader Barry O'Farrell has given no indication of slowing down the industry. So for the moment at least, it seems the economy versus climate change debate is clearly being won on the economic front.
There's a lot of coal about. They might as well be doing it here where we're getting the major benefits.
There's a lot of people who don't want it there, but there's a lot of people who do want it there. So, yeah.
What do you think? Do you think the split's 50-50 or?
No, there's more people wanting it there than not wanting it there.
The coal industry knows better than do most others that their future is very limited. So what would you do? Pull it out as fast as possible and flog it off as fast as possible, because it won't last.
Climate change experts say huge sacrifices will need to be made by governments worldwide to help curb the problem. At present, the Australian government is not ready nor willing to make those sacrifices.